no help is coming, but Mike G is. So.
Thanks. I'll take my Viagra.
I thought I'd read this just because this is, I think, the first poem I ever wrote. And it was, I was coming home from work and I just hated this guy that I worked with. I couldn't stand him. So I stopped into the bar to have a beer, and this is the first poem that ever came to me. And it's very odd when that happens, you know, your first poem. It feels like a cow talking or a man conceiving a child. Anyway, stasis. Movement moves as amid seasonal themes, and despair that began is ended. Phoenix-like, a calm resurgence detours a dead-end well and disturbs premature death. The soft shift of a countenance witnessed at the end of hope stills and shocks, and we awaken to a procession perceived anew. That which happened or did not enjoins the mysterious becoming. Summer leaps right into spring, and love is hate becoming undone, or the reverse and stasis still unwon. Movement moves as amid seasonal themes. Surprised how sudden and large the feelings come, you fall forward in an awkward rage, propelled unprepared into the fear of a quick happening. Movement moves as though seasons were seven and randomly strung. I don't know what that's about, but it's always. Next, I was in a miserable mood at home for a while. That's why Mike and I are friends. We both. And this woman came to my door with a Seventh-day Adventist kind of thing. I just wasn't in the mood, you know. And she was the strangest appearing. She was huge, and she had this tattered clothes on. It was just fascinating. So I just stood there listening for that. Anyway, she returned and kept coming back, you know, each week, and I got to where I was looking forward to it eventually. Her name was Patty. Fat Patty, the Adventist. That sweet tub, big as 7 days, with a diseased fur coat and rotting teeth, is at my Sunday door again with Scripture. Her game plan is grace. Good idea in good weather, I think. We talk, but communion can't be bought. There are always differences. I have to be truthful with her. I haven't let go of my first early God yet, the red bicycle with thick black pedals, the first ground my feet ever owned. I've tried, but I can't do it. She tries to let me down easy, agrees it's a tough one, smiles, gently reminds me there's only one God. I think about this and wonder if it will jumpstart my heart like the red bike. I tell her my main interest in heaven is what the soil is like. Are there bike paths? Patty says she'll look into it and get back to me, and I believe it. I have faith in her. 2. Patty stopped by with a pamphlet. More good news about that goddamned appointment. I'm not in the mood, but I wonder what she's wearing. Honest to God, tennis shoes, a tent-sized burlap dress, and a narrow black hat piece with artificial cherries on it, the kind Ida Lupino wore in '46. She hands me the pamphlet. There's a picture on it. It says, "Your peaceful new world." Men with smiles of smooth lumber build a seamless house on a pastured hill. In fields of bright vegetables, clean children from each race play together politely with a nice lion, bear, and gorilla of choice. Smiling mothers will in watchful eyes pick happy strawberries while geese fly single file over their heads like acolytes. There isn't a cloud or crow anywhere. It's an idiot's bounty. Patty says something about there being plenty of room for bike paths, but I'm looking at the men and women and children, and I blurted out, "Do you think, is there sex there?" A startled look, and then dismay crosses her face, and then it falls. She is disappointed in me, I can tell, the way she says she doesn't know, the way she walks away from my door. 3. Patty's back. It's Sunday. She's arisen and returned, fresh as a new promise in a blue sack dress with white flowers. I don't answer the door this time. I'm thinking of my Uncle George. Toward the end, after the cancer's deciding cells had voted against him. "Well, I have some place to go. Better get on with it," he said, like it was another B-17 mission with an element of risk. I was 12, but I saw his face. There was no mission, no orders for anything. And it's kind of sad. So I'll leave on an up note. I'd like you all to make believe, I'll read television. The public channel, the knowledge of the worm, that it has intestines, kidneys, that it bears young, pushes them out into a slow mortality, the bait of history. And that larger procession on Channel 6, the 4th of July people, parading up the swollen street, the fat man in starched uniform, wedded to loving the flag, blind as the country. The slow sadness filled us all. We walked, we crawled. Now, I'd like you all to make believe that it's the holiday season for a few minutes. It was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. All had died from uninsured illness. Their bodies were littered on the floor without care as good old St. Nicholas glanced down with a sad, sad stare. On Donner and Blitzen, he said with great fear, "This must be America, let's get the hell out of here."